Welcome everybody to the Motivate Podcast Show. I am your host, Rich Wall Street Williams, and on the Motivate Podcast Show, we always say less, but we definitely want to believe for more. And I got to tell you, friend, I am super excited. We are going to continue our conversation on what does it mean to have sight versus vision. What does it mean to have sight versus vision? And I love the conversation in and around vision in and of itself. I mean, vision, think about this: without vision, the scripture says, without vision, people perish. Without progressive revelation, right? Without a set of rules, without a motive or reasons for something, people cast off restraint, people get relaxed, people become lazy. And an organization, it's always important to have a mission, vision, and unique value proposition. In a business, it's always important to have a mission, a vision, and a unique value proposition. MVU, mission, vision, and unique value proposition. What is a unique value proposition? A unique value proposition simply means that what you bring to the market, what you bring to the table, what you bring to an organization, what you bring to a ministry is different than what other organizations, businesses, etc., bring to the table. And so I'm very passionate about what that looks like, how it's going, how it unfolds, um, just the specifics on it. And so I started out last month in terms of prepping and sharing with those that I was close to about, in the month of December, I want to talk about vision, because talking about vision in the month of December hopefully will motivate, provoke, and inspire somebody to want to take a look at their vision for 2023. Before you know it, December is here and gone, and we're in 2023. The other day, my wife and I were just discussing just how quickly we got to December. It seemed like the last few months just went just blew past, right? And so I am personally expecting some very big things to happen in 2023. And friend, it is my hope, it is my desire, it's my passion to motivate you, to inspire you to want the same thing as well for 2023. Because listen, here's what I know, and this is a fact, that if you and I don't see something different in 2023, if we don't do something different in 2023, if we don't aspire to present something different in 2023 will look, at the end of 2023, it will look the exact same way as the end of 2022. And if your 2023 ends the same way as your 2022 did, and I'm talking about as it relates to progression, success, and vision, understand this: success means different things to different people. Success means for some, success means a healthy relationship. For success, others means a certain level of income, a status in the marketplace. But success can also mean the progression towards a worthy idea or goal. Earl Nightingale said that success is the progression towards a worthy idea and or goal. And so if there isn't fruit, if there isn't evidence that there has been a successful progression towards a worthy ideal and or goal at the end of 2023, friend, understand this is just tough love, right? Coming from me, that you've lived a year and wasted time. Who wants to do that? Who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I feel like wasting time today. Who at the end of a week says, you know what, I felt like I achieved my goal. I wanted to waste everybody's time, including mine. I don't know about you, but I never met anyone that's their motive, that's their uh, uh, aim or goal in life. So you have to have some type of vision, right? You have to have some type of focus. And so this month, I'm having these conversations in and around the idea of sight versus vision, because they're not the same. Let me give you a natural illustration of sight versus vision. If you're driving at night and you turn your headlights on, your headlights will give you a field of view of, let's say, 100 yards in front of you. So when you turn those headlights will project and show you what's in front of you at least 100 yards away. That's sight. Vision is your GPS system. Your GPS system isn't based upon the strength and or the illumination of your headlights. The GPS is moving us forward based upon a higher viewpoint over the land. Does that make sense? So the GPS may be feeding or getting its instruction from a satellite that's circling, that's thousands of miles above the earth, hundreds of miles above the earth. It's getting information from a higher viewpoint than the viewpoint that you're seeing. There's a difference between having sight when you're climbing a tree to the top of the tree and looking at the fires compared to being in a helicopter and looking down at the fires. To me, that's the difference between sight and vision. Sight is based upon known information that's in front of you. Vision is based upon inspired information that's ahead of you. Come on, somebody. Vision to me is the primary reason for human action, right? Vision is the primary reason for for human action. Hey, listen, so I'm really excited for this conversation. I'm glad that you're seeing this, you're being part of this. We're broadcasting this out live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We'll be on. We'll have clips of it highlighted on Instagram. It's all this month about vision, the importance of separating, knowing the difference between sight and vision, right? So I want you to like, subscribe, and I want you to plug in to get these notifications for every time we have it. Right. So let's get right to it. So without vision for life, we function as a ship without a rudder, actively moving, but without a particular destination. Think about that. Without vision for life, without a progressive revelation of where you're going, what you want to achieve, and most importantly, how you're going to achieve it, we function as a ship without a rudder, actively moving about without a destination. Years ago, my wife and I, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas years ago. And what I liked about the cruise is before I paid for it, before I signed up, the travel agent showed us everything that we needed to know about the cruise. This is when your meals are going to be. This is where your cabin will be located, right? These are the islands that you're going to stop at. This is the time frame of leaving port and stopping at each of these islands and then coming back. This is what your flight is. This is the flight number. This is right. So all of that information was given to me up front. That's vision. I couldn't, my natural sight couldn't see the airport, let alone see the islands of where we would have been visiting, right? And so the travel agent showed us the package overall, and this is going to be the cost for your travel. Friend, I'm suggesting to you right now in the month of December, I want you to sit down and I want you to determine what is going to be the cost for my journey in 2023. I want you right now in the on the canvas of your imagination. I want you to pretend that if all the money that you wanted to make, all of the goals and plans that you had or want to make for 2023 right now, I want you to visualize and experience them being accomplished. Go to the end of 2023 right now. It's December 31st, 2023. I want you to experience the emotion of everything that you set out to accomplish in 2023. You have accomplished it. I want you to see the money in the bank. I want you to see the property, the house, the business, the relationship, right? Whatever it is, I want you to see it right now, 2023. I want you to see it now. You see it now, right? Because you got to see it long before you be it. Now, I know that's not grammatically correct, but I believe it makes sense. You got to see it long before you be it. Listen, I got to become something on the inside before I can produce it on the outside. Come on, I hope this is making sense. I got to become something. You have to become something on the inside first before it manifests and you see it on the outside. So what you see me do is a reflection of who I decided to become. And what people see you do is a reflection of who you decided to become. Don't get upset with this with the result of the choices that you have made in the past, because the choices that you made in the past were the result of the person and the information you decided to embrace and or become. But now, right now, friend, you and I have an opportunity with this discussion this month on the difference between sight and vision, right? With the discussion and the revelation and the insight and the inspiration that I'm going to be providing this month on the difference between sight and vision. You are going to be without excuse for success in 2023 if you embrace it. See, when I become better on the inside, when you and I become better on the inside, then this marketplace, the business, the world, the relationships, right? It's going to make a demand that you grow bigger on the outside. No one started out. Look at Jeff Bezos with Amazon. Jeff Bezos with Amazon, he didn't start out with a net worth of billions. He started out with who's Jeff Bezos? He went to, I believe it was a boss or a business, said, hey, I got this idea for online subscription. And and they laughed at him. They laughed at Jeff Bezos. They said, come on, man. No one's going to do that. When he presented his idea for Amazon a long time ago. So he said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. But Jeff Bezos saw something in advanced vision. Jeff Bezos decided to become someone in advance. And when Jeff Bezos got better on the inside as it relates to his vision for Amazon, it made a demand to put Amazon in the position that it is today. It is the number one online shopping platform. Jeff Bezos did. Jeff Bezos had a vision. He decided to become something on the inside. And when he became that something on the inside, it produced a large result. And that's why I'm passionate about sight versus vision. People complain. I talk to people all the time. They're talking about where they're, and when I have conversation with people, I was having a conversation with a sales professional because what I'm motivated and passionate about are helping sales professional entrepreneurs and small business owners hit maximum and have maximum results. As a matter of fact, my mission for the next 2 years is I am going to impact the lives of 1 million sales professionals, small business owners, and entrepreneurs. Rich, how are you going to do it? Vision. I'm making a choice every day to become someone different on the inside, and it's going to be manifested on the outside. Listen, friend, and I'm just giving you a little bit of what I've done, accomplished with this vision. Since 2004 to date, I've helped sales professionals, small business owners, and entrepreneurs amass more than $153 million of sales. How did I do it? I made a decision on the inside. Listen, I remember when I went back, I made a decision to go back to school and get a degree in business administration, and that came right after I had a very painful experience on a job. I'm on a job, and at the time I was going through a 4-year apprenticeship program to become a machine. Hey, just stay with me on these stories. Just hang in there, buckle up, friend. It's okay, because I'm driving home the point that without vision for life, we are a ship without a rudder with no particular destination in mind. So long ago, friends. So I'm working in the manufacturing environment. I'm part. I'm in a 8,000 hour 4-year apprenticeship training program to become a certified numerical control operator or machinist. Back in the day, so I'm doing this apprenticeship, and I believe that I'm doing well and I'm achieving the things I need to achieve. And it came time. I'm about 3 years into it. Came time for evaluation. I go into my supervisor office. At that time, I was working third shift, and so at the end of my shift, it was he said, "Let's do evaluation." So somewhere around 7:30 a.m., I go into my supervisor office for the evaluation, and we go through my evaluation. And in my evaluation, he said these words to me: "You seem to be the most incompetent person as it relates to this job." Now, and I'm sure he turned it around and shared some positive things, but you know what that word incompetent, 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 it echoed in me. Incompetent, 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 incompetent. It echoed in my soul. Man, that thing hit me so hard. I've never been told I was incompetent in my life. I thought I was good. I was good at sports. I was offered a scholarship to go play basketball in Boston, Massachusetts. I thought I was good. I create a winning mindset on a basketball court. I create a winning mindset when I ran track. I was in a high jump. I was ranked number two. I was ranked number two in high school high jump. I thought I was good, right? It was easy for me with the ladies. Okay, I digress slightly. Incompetent. Those words cut me to at a place that I didn't think was possible. I remember leaving that evaluation, driving home, getting home, walking in the door, putting my coat, hanging my coat up, putting down my lunch bucket in the kitchen on the counter. I started to walk down the basement steps, and I sat down halfway on the basement steps, and I cried on the steps. It seems like I was on the steps for an eternity crying. It may only been 15 or 20 minutes. I cried so much, my whole body. You have that cry as a grown man, your whole body. Right? I can laugh at it now, right? I cried so much the tear ducts ran. I've never had that experience. Tear ducts ran dry. I mean, I couldn't cry anymore. I could just that was it, right? But friend, it was during those moments I made a decision. I said, never, ever again will anyone say that Rich Williams is incompetent. And I embraced the idea that information is the difference between success and failure. And that followed me when I went to back to school. And every day when I went back to school as an adult, I was pursuing a degree in business administration. I would get there early. My first class wasn't like to 8 or something, 8:15 or whatever. I would get there early in the library. I would go to the library approximately 7:30 a.m. in the library. And there was a chalkboard in the library. And I would write up on the board, on the chalkboard in the library, information is the difference between success and failure. And I would sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and just absorb that thought. The next day I went through the same routine. The janitor or someone would erase the board. The next day I would come back. Information is the difference between success and failure. What was I doing? I was creating a vision. I was creating words that will become a rudder to the ship of my vision. I was creating a mindset about myself. I was creating a mindset about where I was going. And for me, information was the difference between success and failure because the words, the word incompetent, incompetent, incompetent was ringing in me, right? Made a transition, made a decision that I was going to become better on the inside. And friend, let me tell you, the demand came when I stepped out to do sales. Got my real estate license in 2002. A friend of mine came. I'm just talking right now, right? But now I'm not. I'm doing more than just talking. Someone needs to hear this. Got my real estate license in 2002. A friend of mine, Mr. John P. Wigger. He said, "Hey, buddy, I think you'll be good in real estate." I said, "Really?" He called me, but he kept coming back to me over and over again. Right? I'm talking about having a vision for your success. Right? You gotta believe it and see it long before anyone else. You got to see that vision. You got to say, "This is who I am. This is where I'm going." And this is what I'm planning on achieving. Hey, buddy, I think you'll be good in real estate, is what he told me. I think you'll be good in real estate. I said, really? He said, yeah, I think you'll be good at it. So I got involved in real estate, got involved in real estate. And um, first year in real estate, I'm talking about, friend, vision versus sight. Now, I've already embraced the mindset information makes a difference between success and failure. I've already embraced the idea that I'm going to become better on the inside, which is going to make a demand for me to become bigger on the outside. I got my real estate license in 2002. And I'm in an office, and the real estate company was Jack Gone Realty. I don't know if they're still in business today. Uh, I remember my manager. My manager, her name was Barbara Schmidt, right? Barbara Schmidt. She was my manager. I got into real estate, got my real estate license. In that office, I was number 51. I think it was an office of about 50, at least 50 agents. So I'm number 51, right? Uh, Information makes the difference between success and failure. I said, let me get as much information as possible on success as a realtor. I remember enrolling in an advanced selling real estate class called Top Gun. Now, the other realtors said, Richard, Top Gun is typically for agents that have been in real estate for longer than a year. You're just new. I said, no, I want the information. So I enrolled in Top Gun, right? I took a class, Top Gun. I'm in class, real estate class with experienced realtors, multi-million dollar producers. I'm listening to their scripts and dialogues. I'm taking notes, man. I didn't do well on the assignments they gave you because I'm new. But I said information makes a difference between success and failure. Long story short, at the end of my first year in real estate, I went from being number 51 to being in the top five. The next year in real estate, I'm getting multiple awards, most sales in 1 month, most listings in 1 month, most closed deals. I'm getting these awards my second year in real estate. Why? Information makes a difference. So you got to become better on the inside before you get bigger on the outside, friend. Listen, don't ever measure your potential by someone else's problem. Don't measure your potential by someone else's problem, someone else's challenge with you, someone else's words about who you are, what they think you are. Doesn't matter. Your potential is only limited by or expanded by what you see and think about yourself, friend. So you got to make a decision right now that I'm going to become better on the inside. And when you become better on the inside, I'm telling you, life, business, reality, it's going to make a demand that you become bigger on the outside, friend. There's no reason for failure when we have the information for success. There's no reason for failure in life when we already have the test results to success in life. I hope this is resonating with you because you got to have a vision that's stronger than your presence. You got to have a vision that's going to compel you beyond where you are today. You got to have a vision that's going to navigate you through life, right? Here's the other thing I want to tell you about vision. Sight brings us the information, vision interprets it. Sight brings me information, but my vision interprets it. Sight brings information. What if I have a negative experience on my job? So we have a negative experience, but I got a vision about myself and my job and where I'm going. So when that problem comes to me, when sight brings that problem and or this challenge, my vision looks at it and analyzes it and interprets it and say, hey, Rich, here's how this challenge is a stepping stone to where you're going. How many of you ever been fired from a job, been let go, laid off? Raise your hand. My hand is up. But being fired, being let go, being whatever the situation. Now listen, let me just put this in there. If you got fired from a job because you're coming late and you're just a slacker and you're not honoring the boss, you're not honoring your manager, and you're a jerk as a co-worker, you need to get fired out. Hey, Fred, it's tough love coming from me. Right? I can't believe they did me this way. I can. I would have fired you too. Sight brings us information, our vision interprets it. Sight brings you the information, your vision is going to interpret it. Not every challenge in life is a problem that someone is throwing you away because they hate you. Every challenge that comes your way, every problem that comes your way has a potential of a promise attached to it. Every challenge that comes your way, every problem that comes your way has a potential of a promise attached to it. There's vision on the inside of it. Listen, I'm going to leave you with this, the apple seed. Your vision is an apple seed to the harvest of your success. I hope you write that down. Your vision is the apple seed to the harvest of your success. Let me break this down, the math of an apple seed. Now, I did this years ago, and so I've already done the math on it, but you're welcome to check me on it. In an average sized, a medium sized apple, there are 4 to 5 apple seeds on average, 4 to 5 apple seeds inside of an apple. So let's take the maximum 5 apple seeds inside of an average apple, 5 seeds inside of one apple. Get the math, 5 seeds inside of one apple. Now, over the life of a tree, depending on the weather conditions and pruning, etc., um, researchers have determined that a tree will last, apple tree from one seed can last 6 to 10 years. Let's do the maximum because we're focused on maximum, not minimums during this conversation on sight versus vision. One apple has 5 apple seeds, right? That apple seed produces a tree that can last up to 10 years. You follow me on the math? One apple, five seeds, one tree, 10 years. Now, that each tree on average, based upon average size apple, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000 apples per tree. One apple, five seeds, one tree, 10 years, 1,000 apples per year, right? How many seeds are inside of an apple? Five. 1,000 apples per tree. How long does a tree last? 10 years, right? So are you with me? So that one apple seed produced an apple tree that goes 10 years, 1,000 apples, 11,000 and some apples, right? Times five, right? 500, 500 and some, 563,000, I think the number was, times five, which means one apple seed over 10 years produces over 2.2 million apple seeds. You see the exponential increase in results. Now, I'm not talking about compounding interest. We'll talk about compounding interest on another platform when we talk about investing, because I talk about the power of compounding interest on your investment. One seed, 2.2 million apple seeds over a period of about 10 years. That's your vision. That's your vision. When you lock in on the idea that I must become better on the inside, there is exponential increase in results on the outside. When Jeff Bezos connected to the idea of a store that you can order, subscribe, and have books sent to you, and they laughed at him. That idea produced a business today with a net worth of, 1 point something trillion. His net worth, Jeff Bezos' net worth is almost $1 trillion, maybe more. A trillion, come on. 600 billion or so, right? That's it. That was his net worth. Even after the divorce, he went through a divorce a year or two ago. He still had 300 some billion-dollar net worth. Come on, man. One idea created a net worth of 500 billion. One apple seed produces over 2 million apple seeds in 10 years. Vision is powerful. Sight is the apple. Vision is the potential in the seed. Sight is the apple. Vision is the potential inside the seed. Right? Sight brings us the information. Our vision interprets it. Sight brings us the information, and our vision interprets it. This month, I'm committed to the idea, friend, of having weekly conversation of sight versus vision. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you took some time out to sit in with me on this conversation today on the Motivate Podcast Show. Remember, on the Motivate Podcast Show, we say less, but we definitely always believe for more. I'll see you.